On the night my family celebrated my sister. Instead of my 18th birthday, I quietly walked away, built a life from nothing, and returned to the world not with anger but with success that finally proved I was never meant to live in their shadow again. The string lights over our backyard glowed like a stage I didn't belong to. People were cheering, lifting glasses, cameras flashing, all for my sister. Not one person seemed to notice I was turning 18 that night. I stood behind a row of champagne flutes, the heat from the lantern sticking to my skin, watching the MC tap his mic and shout, "Let's celebrate Evelyn 18 again." Something in me stopped. Even the music felt wrong. I set my glass down slowly, quietly, and in that moment I realized this party would become the last memory my family ever had of me. Though they didn't know it yet. I grew up in a house where light always seemed to fall in the same direction toward my sister. Even as kids, Evelyn never had to ask for attention. It arrived for her the way summer heat settles over Austin, heavy and automatic. I learned early how to move around it, how to make myself small so the beams wouldn't burn. I must have been 8 the first time I realized what my role was. Evelyn had a cheer competition and Mom spent the entire morning curling her hair, spraying glitter on her cheeks, pinning a bow so big it brushed her shoulders. I stood in the doorway holding my own brush, waiting for someone to notice me. They didn't. Dad only glanced over long enough to say, "Sweetie, be helpful," and grab her water bottle. So, I did. And that became the pattern. Me helping her shining. By middle school, it was routine. Evelyn talked. I listened. She won. I clapped. She needed something. I carried it. At family dinners, relatives would pull her into conversations about her future, her beauty, her potential. When they turned to me, their questions were gentler, thinner, polite in a way that made the air feel tight. "How's school still drawing?" Then their attention drifted back to her like I'd only filled a pause. But the moment that never let me go happened when I was 15. I'd spent weeks making a scrapbook for her birthday sketches, little watercolor corners, a layout I'd worked on every night under my desk lamp. I remember wrapping it in brown paper, tying it with twine, feeling proud in a quiet way. She opened it in front of our parents, flipped 2 pages, stopped. "It's cute," she said, smiling at her reflection in the tablet Mom had just handed her. "But I mean, Mom bought me something real this year." She set the scrapbook aside. The spine bent when it hit the table. Something inside me did, too. Later that night, sitting on my bedroom floor, I tore out one of the pages, a sketch of a room I imagined I'd design one day. Tall windows, soft light, a chair facing the sunrise. I held that page for a long time, wondering if anything I made would ever matter to them. The rest of the scrapbook went into the back of my closet. The single page went into my sketchbook. It's still there. As I got older, the imbalance sharpened instead of fading. Evelyn got a car at 16. I got the privilege of helping her pick paint for it.